Just like the way the rain meets the floor, you are the one I'm falling for. Alright, let's get lit! Okay, so for today's Tuesday video, I'm going to be reading my super old poetry from like first year, second year high school and drinking a shot before every poem I read. And there's gonna be about 6-7 poetry I'm going to read today. And so Mom, I swear this is just for content, kinda. And apart from just reading the poetry and giving my reactions to it, I will also be telling you the story behind each poem. Yeah, let's just start. Poem number 1. Cheers. Yeah. So for poem number 1, this is entitled Saints. I wrote this back in December 2013. So during this time, it was super trendy in the poetry scene. All these poets be like, I can write poetry in less than 10 words. And so I decided to hop on the trend and try to write a poem. I have no idea why it's called Saints. Take my hand and let our fingers create a mountain. What I liked about this poem when I first posted it was that when you put your hands together like this, it looks like a mountain.
I told you that this was not good.
And so I thought it was cute that it was 10 words in such a way, like I was throwing in metaphors, imagery, all that stuff that makes a poem a poem. I was like, oh, I'm so good at poetry, 10 words. I have no idea and I don't remember who this poem is about. Let's move on to the next poem. Poem number 2, here we go. Yeah. Feb 2014, it's called Classes on Wednesday Afternoons. I'm looking at you, looking, not. I'm pretending I wasn't staring, now I'm looking, caught. Oh! Okay, so this was the hype of the Leav poetry style of writing. I had just finished reading like her first 2 books and I was like, Leav, definition of great artist. She can really like evoke emotion in you with such simple words. And I thought it was really clever. I'm pretending I wasn't staring, but I'm looking, caught. You know, I thought it was like, shit, 1 word is gonna just surprise you, you know?
Wow.
So I actually do remember what this poem is about. This was actually the beginning of me being bi. She was in my class at the time. I would like crush on her. Like, notice me please. And then one time caught my eye and she smiled at me and I was really like, kilig. That's where this poem came from. Moving on, let's go to the next poem. Poem 3, let's do this. Woo, that's a big shot. Yeah. Ah! Alright, so this one is called Chasers, written March 2014. You see him at a bar, and suddenly your hair falls on your face. You see him at a bar with another girl, and your heart starts to race. You wonder how he replaced you, like a red balloon that escaped his fingers and floated over the buildings and disappeared into the blue. You wonder if he actually ever loved you. 2014 Sari, what were you going through? I thought it was cute. I called it Chasers because that was the first time I started to drink in my life ever and I found out the term chasers. You know, take a shot and chase down the drink with a chaser. I thought it was cute because I imagined that if you lose a red balloon, you'd kind of like just chase it down. So I was like, Chasers. I don't even remember who I wrote this about. Sorry to all the boys I've loved before.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get it.
I feel like I feel this a little more now that I'm older, less than I did in 2014. To 2014 Sari, relationships are more complicated than that. So let's just move on to poem number, I don't remember anymore. Poem number 4 or 5? I saved the longest ones for the end because if you reach the ending, you'll get the full story of all of these stuff. Let's go. Yeah. The next one is called Growing, July 2014. I will never be able to fully describe the way the morning sun rises like your stuttered phrases. Yet my hands find their way to yours, like flowers, bending to face the light. Okay, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I actually really like this poem even up till now.
Also, by the way, these are my words. I did write this, and this is from my heart.
So I know I write like I've had a boyfriend and I've had relationships, when honestly it's just my daydreams with my crushes and we're doing nothing. I haven't even had my first kiss at the time, so the only thing I used to write about was holding hands. And so I thought holding hands was like the sweetest thing ever. I still do. What I really like about this poem was the last line. You know how flowers, they bend to face wherever the light is? Their stuttered phrases are like the sun, and I kind of just face wherever you are. Flowers, they just bend to face where the light is, where the joy is, where the happiness is, and that's where holding hands comes in place. And so I think this was about one of my crushes. I don't know which one. I'm so sorry. Already feeling it. Poem number 5 or 6. Cheers! I love soju. The next poem we're gonna read is, it's kind of longer than all the other stuff we've been reading. I pre-chose these because they were short, but I'm gonna read the one that's just like 3 stanzas. It's not that long, but for a YouTube video. So this is written in October 2014. It's called What We've Become. There's no denying we both feel it. Nothing more to try and understand. Cause you're the Peter to my Wendy who won't take me to Neverland. I know the feeling has to be there. I know you must have felt it too. Because suddenly, the clouds of black have overcome your skies of blue. I feel as though it all ends tonight. I think it's best you leave. Cause you're the bottle of painkillers, which eventually murders me. Whoa, so emo! You know what? I'm not an emo person, but my poetry is so... So I wrote this. I'm almost ashamed. No, I'm very ashamed to talk about who this is about and why I wrote it. This is about one of the friends of one of my brothers. I won't say who. Like, I kind of liked him, but he was my brother's friend, and I don't know if he liked me or not. Nobody I've ever written a poem about has liked me back.
I guess nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
I was 14 though. I was like 14 at this time. No, I was 16. I was 15. It was just weird to even have a crush on this person. But basically, I'm just trying to say, like, I have these feelings, but I know nothing will ever come of it because it was stupid to have these feelings in the first place, and it will do no good at all for either of us, so we might as well just not do it. Oh my god, forbidden love. Let's move on. Let's hope I don't vomit. Yeah. The last poem for the night. So this one is called It's What You Do to Me. It's what you do to me. Okay, so the person I wrote this about, she sang this song in front of the class. Unfortunately blessed with bleeding hips and pink lips. Nothing but gravity to break our fall. Why would gravity break your fall? Gravity will do nothing but make you fall. FYI, Sari Suplido from 2013. Even the ground we walk on, split apart to show us that our hearts are mended to love but one.
Just one.
So I said that because this was about a girl and it was like so taboo at the time to have a crush on a girl, there were still some girls in our class that would be like, oh my god, she's gay. I don't want to change in front of her. Bitch, we don't want to see you change. I was just saying basically that our hearts were meant to love one, meaning the opposite sex. An eternity of courts and palaces cannot prove that we are wrong, yet their stained glasses say that we will never happen. So this is about religion. I'm basically saying that God would never say that we weren't allowed to love the same gender. But I put the stained glasses because I was referring to the church and how they look down on same-sex relationships, and I didn't agree with that. And now we have chosen never to let our rays touch. We only watch each other's light from afar, hoping that we'd be recognized as a constellation. That is so cute. I was at this time trying to hang out with this girl. She was like in a whole different friend group than me. When I say something like we would only watch each other's lights from afar, I was admiring her from afar, kind of hoping maybe people would see in the future that we could have been something even if we weren't at that time. But I did tell this girl that I had a crush on her and she didn't really respond, so just drink to that, cause yeah. Reading all this old poetry, it reminds me of a simpler time in my life. I'm really I'm really thankful if you guys reached this part of the video. Honestly, so grateful for all the people who have subscribed and who are here for me. See you guys next week. Bye!